Admiral Taeho Kim stood at the large window of the Earth Embassy on Proxima Centauri. His dark uniform was clean and crisp against the backdrop of stars. He watched the alien diplomats gathered in small groups across the grand hall. They spoke, in soft voices, but their laughs were loud. Those laughs were aimed at humans. Again, Taeho was 55 years old. His hair was going gray at the temples. 20 years in space had given him patience. He needed all of it today. "Sir, they're talking about us again," said Commander Ji-won Park. She was 38, with short black hair and eyes that missed nothing. She handed him a data pad. "The resource request we sent last week. They cut it in half." Taeho took a deep breath. "Half? We already asked for the minimum we need." "They say Earth ships are too slow and too few to need more fuel than that," Ji-won said. Her voice was calm, but her hands were tight fists at her sides. 50 years ago, humans had made their first contact with alien life. The galaxy was full of advanced species who had formed the Galactic Confederation thousands of years earlier. They had faster ships, better weapons, and older civilizations, and they made sure humans knew it. Earth had been allowed to join the Confederation, but not as an equal. Humans got the worst trade deals. They received the smallest areas for new colonies. Their ships were limited in size and number. The aliens called it guidance for a young species. Taeho called it control. "Sir, the Draxi ambassador is coming. This way," Ji-won warned. "He looks like he wants to talk." The Draxi were tall, blue-skinned aliens who led the Confederation's Trade Council. Ambassador Lon was the worst of them, always smiling while he delivered bad news. "Admiral Kim," Lon said, his translator making his words sound flat. "I hope you are not too upset about the fuel allocation. We must be fair to all members." "Fair would be giving us what we need," Taeho said. He kept his face blank, showing none of the anger he felt. Lon made a sound like bells, a Draxi laugh. "What you need and what you get are different things. Your ships are simple, your technology is basic. Be grateful for what the Confederation gives you." The ambassador moved, away to speak with others, leaving Taeho and Ji-won alone. "One day," Ji-won said quietly, "they will regret those words." Taeho nodded. The aliens thought they knew everything about Earth's ships and technology. They thought the small fleet of basic vessels that humans showed to the galaxy was all they had. They were wrong. "It's time," Taeho said. "Send the message to Director Hanul Lee. Tell her to begin Protocol Supernova." Ji-won's eyes widened. "Are you sure, sir? Once we start this, there's no going back." "I'm sure. 30 years of being laughed at is enough." Ji-won moved to a private communication booth at the edge of the room. No aliens paid her any attention. Why would they? Humans were not important enough to watch closely. That was their biggest mistake. While Ji-won sent the coded message, Taeho walked to the drink table. He poured himself a glass of water, noticing how the Vraxian military commander and his officers were staring at him with their 4 eyes. They looked amused. The Vraxians were the military power of the Confederation. Their warships were feared across the galaxy. They believed humans were weak because Earth had not fought a major war in over a century. "Admiral," the Vraxian commander said as Taeho passed by, "I heard your request for more patrol ships was denied again. Perhaps if you showed some backbone, the Council might take you more seriously." "We prefer peace," Taeho said simply. The Vraxian made a harsh sound, their version of laughter. "Peace is for those who cannot fight. This is why humans will always be at the bottom of the Confederation." Taeho only smiled. Ji-won returned to his side a moment later. "Message sent," she whispered. "Director Lee confirms receipt. Protocol Supernova is beginning." "Good," Taeho said. He looked at his watch. "In exactly 12 hours, the galaxy will see what humans can really do." They stayed at the diplomatic gathering for another 2 hours. Taeho played his part well. He acted disappointed about the fuel allocation. He nodded politely when aliens explained why humans couldn't have more colony worlds. He showed no sign that everything was about to change. When they finally left, Taiho and Jiwan took a small shuttle back to their ship, the UES Horizon. It was one of the 50 ships that Earth was allowed to have for its defense. From the outside, it looked basic and underpowered, exactly what the Confederation expected. Inside was a different story. "Admiral on deck," called the security officer as Taiho and Jiwan entered the bridge. "Status report," Taiho ordered as he took his command chair. "All systems normal, sir," reported the tactical officer Junho Baek. "Ship appears standard to any Confederation scans." "Good. Set course for Earth standard speed." Taiho looked at the main screen, which showed the gleaming towers of the Confederation Diplomatic Center growing smaller as they pulled away. "Standard speed, sir?" asked the pilot. "That will take us 3 days to reach Earth." "Yes," Taiho said. "We need to maintain our cover until the last moment. The Confederation thinks our fastest ships take 3 days to reach Sol system, so that's how long we'll take." The truth was, the Horizon could have made the journey in less than 6 hours. But no one in the Confederation knew that. No one knew that for 30 years, deep in the asteroid belt of Sol system, humans had been building ships unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Vessels powered by technology that Earth scientists had developed in secret, hidden from alien observers. No one knew that while the official Earth fleet numbered only 50 ships, the real fleet, the Supernova fleet, numbered over 5,000. "Sir," Jiwan said quietly, "do you think we're doing the right thing? The Confederation has 1,000,000 ships. They outnumber us 200 to 1. Taiho looked at her. "Numbers don't win wars, Commander. Technology and surprise do. For 50 years they've thought us weak. For 50 years they've treated us like children. That ends now." He turned to his communication officer. "Send a message to all Earth ships. Code phrase, Rising Sun." Throughout the galaxy, the captains of those 50 official Earth vessels received the message. They understood what it meant. The time for hiding was over. In the darkness of the asteroid belt, Director Hanul Lee stood in the massive control center of Research Station Orion. Around her, screens lit up as 5,000 ships powered on, their systems for the first time. The Supernova fleet was awakening, and the galaxy would never be the same. Director Hanul Lee walked through the large underground base inside asteroid DX7. Her steps echoed in the metal hallway. She was 50 years old with gray streaks in her black hair. Her face showed the marks of someone who had worked hard. For many years, the message from Admiral Kim had arrived 12 hours ago. Begin Protocol Supernova. Those 3 words meant that 30 years of secret work was finally going to be shown to the galaxy. "Director, all section leaders are waiting in the command room," said Junseo Kang, her assistant. He was young, only 30, but very smart. He had worked at the secret base for 5 years. "Thank you, Junseo." "How are the ships?" Hanul asked as they walked. "All 5,000 are ready. Power systems are at full strength. Crews are boarding now." Hanul nodded. The Supernova fleet was her life's work. While Earth showed the galaxy only 50 old, slow ships, the real fleet had been built in secret. Hidden in the shadows of asteroids, deep in caves on moons and in underwater bases on Earth, humans had created warships that no alien had ever seen. They entered the large command room. 20 section leaders stood around a table that showed a map of the galaxy. The room was bright with screens on every wall. "The time has come," Hanul said. "For 30 years we have worked in secret. The aliens think we are weak. They think we are simple. Today they learn the truth." She pressed a button on the table. The map zoomed in to show the Sol system, Earth's home system. Small dots of light appeared all through the asteroid belt. "These are our shipyards," she said. 50 of them, each one hidden from alien eyes. Each one has been building ships for decades. The section leaders nodded. They all knew this, but it was important to remember how much work had gone into the plan. "The Confederation allows Earth to build 10 ships per year," Hanul continued. "They think we have only 50 ships total. They don't know that each of our hidden shipyards builds 100 ships per year." Junseo stepped forward. "That's 5,000 ships total. And each one is more advanced than anything the aliens have." On the wall screens, images appeared of different ships. There were fast scout ships, heavy battleships, and huge carriers that could hold smaller fighter ships inside them. All had the same black metal skin that seemed to drink in light. Our ships use the quantum absorption hull that Dr. Min developed, Hanyul explained. It can take enemy weapon fire and turn it into power for our own weapons. She touched another button. The map changed to show the Proxima Centauri system, where the Confederation had its diplomatic center. Admiral Kim will return to Earth in 3 days, traveling at the slow speed the aliens expect. But today, we send the first strike group to these coordinates. She pointed to a spot of empty space near Proxima Centauri. They will wait there, hidden by our stealth systems. Will the aliens detect them? Asked Section Leader Do Hyun Choi. He was in charge of the stealth technology group. No, Hanyul said with confidence. Our quantum shields bend light and sensor signals around our ships. The aliens will see nothing until we want them to. The room was quiet as everyone thought about what was coming. For 50 years, humans had been treated as less important than other species. They had been given the worst planets to settle on. They had been forced to buy alien technology at high prices. They had been laughed at in diplomatic meetings. Director Lee, said Section Leader Mi Cha-kwan, what happens if the Confederation doesn't agree to treat us as equals? They have 1,000,000 ships. We only have 5,000. Hanyul looked at her. Quality beats quantity, Micha. Their 1,000,000 ships use standard energy weapons. Our ships can absorb that energy. Their ships use jump drives that take hours to recharge. Ours take minutes. Their shields can be broken by our quantum drills. She walked around the table, making eye contact with each section leader. But most important is this. They don't know we exist. They will be surprised. And in war, surprise is a powerful weapon. Junseo checked his tablet computer. Director, the first strike group is ready for your command. Hanyul took a deep breath. This was the moment that would change everything. There would be no going back. Send the order, she said. Strike Group Alpha will deploy now. Junseo pressed a series of buttons on his tablet. On the main screen, a section of the asteroid belt lit up. Hidden doors in the sides of several large asteroids slowly opened. From these secret hangars, ships began to emerge. They were beautiful in a dangerous way. Their black hulls seemed to bend the starlight around them. They moved with a grace that no Confederation ship could match. There were 100 of them in Strike Group Alpha, 20 fast attack ships, 50 medium cruisers, 20 heavy battleships, and 10 massive carriers. As the group formed up, their stealth systems activated. On the screen, they seemed to fade away like ghosts. Soon, they could not be seen at all. Strike Group Alpha has engaged Quantum Jump, Junseo reported. They will arrive at Proxima Centauri in 5 hours. The aliens believed that human ships needed at least 2 days to travel that distance. They would not be expecting visitors. Now we prepare the rest of the fleet, Hanyul said. Strike Groups Beta through Zeta will deploy over the next 12 hours. Position them at these key points. She marked several spots on the galactic map, all major Confederation worlds and military bases. What about the home defense fleet? Asked Do Hyun. How many ships stay to protect Earth? 1,000, Hanyul replied. The aliens might try to attack Earth when they realize what's happening. We'll be ready. In another part of the base, engineers were preparing the last weapon, the one that even most humans didn't know about. Deep in a secure section, Dr. Jamin Song worked on a device that could change the nature of space itself. If the Confederation forced a war, this weapon would end it quickly. Hanyul hoped it would not be needed. Director, Junseo said quietly, do you think the Confederation will negotiate once they see our fleet? Or will they choose war? Hanyul looked at the map, at all the alien worlds that had looked down on humanity for so long. Some will want to talk. Some will want to fight. Our job is to make sure they understand that fighting is the worst choice. She turned to face all the section leaders. For 30 years, we've worked in darkness to build this fleet. We did it not because we want war, but because we want respect. Today, the galaxy will learn that humans are not to be laughed at. We are not weak. We are not simple. On the screens around the room, more ships emerged from their hiding places. The supernova fleet was awakening, and soon the galaxy would know its power. The Galactic Confederation Summit was held in a large round building on Proxima Centauri. It had tall windows that showed the space outside. 1,000 delegates from different alien races sat in rising circles like in a theater. They talked about trade, borders, and rules for the galaxy. Min Jae-yoon, the chief diplomat from Earth, sat in the lowest circle. Humans always got the worst seats. He was 60 years old with white hair and a kind face that hid a sharp mind. For 10 years, he had spoken for Earth at these meetings. For 10 years, almost no one had listened. "The next item," said the Vraxian, council leader, "is Earth's request for more colony planets again." His 4 eyes blinked in different patterns, showing his boredom. Min Jae stood up. "Earth's population grows, we need more space. We ask for permission to settle 5 new planets in the Tau Ceti system." The Draxi trade minister laughed. "Tau Ceti? Those are valuable worlds. Earth can have 1 planet in the system, not 5, and you will pay double the normal settlement fee." Min Jae started to argue, but the council leader banged his metal rod on the floor. "The council has decided. 1 planet. Double fees. Next item." Min Jae sat down. His face showed nothing, but inside he felt both anger and excitement. This might be the last time Earth would be treated this way. His assistant leaned close to his ear. "Admiral Kim says it's time. Strike Group Alpha is in position." Min Jae nodded and touched the small device in his pocket. It sent a signal to the human ships waiting in stealth mode just outside the Proxima system. The council leader was talking about new trade routes when all the screens in the summit hall suddenly changed. Every communication device, every display, every hologram projector showed the same image. Admiral Tae-ho Kim standing on the bridge of a ship no one had ever seen before. "Greetings to the Galactic Confederation," Tae-ho said. His voice was calm and strong. "For 50 years, Earth has been a member of your group. For 50 years, we have been treated as less than equals. That ends today." The room erupted in confused shouts. The council leader banged his rod, but no one listened. "What is the meaning of this?" demanded the Draxi trade minister. "How dare you interrupt the summit?" "I dare because I can," said Tae-ho from the screen. "Look outside." All heads turned to the windows. At first, they saw nothing but stars and the glow of the Proxima sun. Then, like ghosts taking form, ships appeared. Not just a few ships. Hundreds of ships. They were black and sleek. They moved in perfect formation. Their hulls seemed to drink in light. They were nothing like the simple gray ships that Earth was known for. "By the great void," whispered the Gentar delegate. "Where did those come from?" The camera view on the screen pulled back to show Admiral Kim standing on the bridge of a massive ship. Behind him, more ships could be seen through a large window. More and more and more. "This is the UES Phoenix," Tae-ho said. "Flagship of Earth's supernova fleet. While you laughed at our old ships, we built new ones. While you gave us scraps, we created power. While you thought us weak, we grew strong." The council leader found his voice. "This is a trick. Some kind of projection. Earth does not have technology for ships like these." Min Jae stood up from his seat. All eyes turned to him. "It is no trick," he said loudly. "For 30 years, Earth has developed technology in secret. We built shipyards hidden in asteroids. We created weapons and defenses beyond anything in the Confederation. We did this because you left us no choice." He walked to the center of the room. No human had ever dared to stand there without permission. "The ships you see are just 100 of our fleet. We have 5,000 more. At this moment, they are taking position near every major Confederation world." The room exploded in angry shouts. Some delegates jumped to their feet. Others called for security. "Silence!" roared the council leader. When the noise died down, he glared at Min Jae. "This is an act of war. The Confederation will crush your little fleet. We have 1,000,000 ships." Min Jae smiled. 1,000,000 outdated ships. Our vessels can absorb energy weapons. They can jump through space in minutes, not hours. They can hide from your sensors, but we do not want war, we want equality. He took out a small crystal data device and placed it on the central table. These are our terms: equal voting rights in the Council, fair trade agreements, freedom to settle any unclaimed world, the same rules that apply to the founding races. The Draxi trade minister laughed, but it sounded nervous now. You threaten us, and then ask for benefits? The Confederation does not respond to blackmail. On the screen, Admiral Kim spoke again. This is not blackmail, this is balance. For too long, the Confederation has used its power to control younger races. We simply show you that we have power too. Now we can talk as equals. The Council leaders. Four eyes narrowed. And if we refuse your terms? We do not wish for conflict, Tejo said, but we will no longer accept being treated as lesser beings. You have 3 standard days to consider our proposal. I hope you choose wisdom over pride. The screen went blank. Outside the windows, the 100 black ships remained visible, a silent reminder of Earth's hidden strength. The council room filled with angry voices. Delegates shouted at each other and at Minjai. Security officers moved toward him, but he held up his hand. Before you do anything foolish, he said calmly, know that I am in constant contact with our fleet. Any action against me would be unwise. The council leader banged his rod again and again until there was quiet. This summit is suspended, he announced. All military leaders will meet in the war room immediately. The rest of you return to your embassies and await instructions. As the delegates filed out, many glanced at Minjai with new eyes. There was fear there now, and maybe a little respect. The Vraxian military commander stopped beside Minjai. His armored body towered over the human. Your ships look impressive, he said. But looks can deceive. The Vraxian battle fleet has never lost a war. If your people want to test that record, we will be happy to teach you a harsh lesson. Minjai met his four-eyed gaze without flinching. We do not want war, Commander. But if you force one upon us, it is you who will learn the lesson. Back on the UES Phoenix, Admiral Kim watched the Confederation leaders rushing to their emergency meeting. Do you think they will agree to our terms? Asked Commander Jiwan Park. Tejo shook his head. Not all of them. The Vraxians and the Draxi have too much pride. They will want to test our strength first. And we will show it to them, Jiwan said. Yes, Tejo agreed. But I hope not too many die before they understand that the galaxy has changed. Earth will never be laughed at again. He turned to his communications officer. Send word to Director Lee. Tell her to prepare strike groups Beta through Epsilon. The Confederation may decide to attack rather than talk. The message raced through space to Research Station Orion, where Director Hanul Lee was already mobilizing the rest of the Supernova fleet. The next 3 days would determine whether the galaxy would find a new balance or fall into war. Earth was ready either way. The 3 days passed quickly. In the Confederation war room on Proxima Centauri, alien leaders argued about what to do with the human threat. We cannot give in to their demands, said the Vraxian military commander Gorthak. His 4 eyes glowed with anger. If we show weakness, other young races will make demands too. But their ships, said the Gentar delegate, a thin alien with silver skin. We have never seen technology like that. Perhaps we should negotiate. Gorthak slammed his fist on the table. Negotiate? Never. Humans are soft creatures who have not fought a real war in centuries. They show us ships, but do they know how to use them? I think not. The council leader looked tired. For 3 days, they had talked in circles. Some wanted peace, some wanted war, and time was running out. We must decide now, he said. The human deadline ends in 1 hour. Gorthak stood up. I have already decided. The Vraxian battle fleet is moving into position near Earth's embassy here. We will capture their diplomat Minjai Yun. Then we will attack Earth itself. When their homeworld is threatened, they will surrender. You started a war without council approval? The Zentar delegate was shocked. I am protecting the Confederation, Gorthak said. By the time this council stops arguing, the humans will be defeated. On the UES Phoenix, Admiral Tejo Kim received an urgent message. Sir, said his sensor officer, Vraxian warships are moving toward the Earth embassy. 200 vessels, heavily armed. Taeho's face showed no surprise. So they chose war, after all. Signal Strike Group Alpha. Tell Captain Sungmin Choi to move the Thunderbolt into defensive position. Commander Ji-won Park looked concerned. Just the Thunderbolt? Against 200 ships? One is enough, Taeho said. The Vraxians need to learn what our ships can do. The UES Thunderbolt was a mid-sized vessel in the Supernova fleet. Its Captain Sungmin Choi was 45 years old with a calm manner and steady hands. When he received the order from Admiral Kim, he gave a small smile. Helmsman, take us between the Vraxian fleet and the Earth Embassy, he ordered. Weapons officer, charge the absorption systems but do not power weapons yet. Let them fire first. The black ship moved smoothly, its engines making no visible light. It took position directly in the path of the oncoming Vraxian fleet. In the Sao, lead Vraxian ship Commander Gorthak laughed when he saw just one human vessel move to block his fleet. See how foolish they are, he told his officers. One ship against 200. This will be over quickly. All ships target the human vessel. Full weapons fire on my mark. On the Thunderbolt, Sungmin watched the enemy ships form up. His crew was quiet, focused on their stations. They're charging weapons, reported the sensor officer. Absorption. Shields at maximum, Sungmin ordered. Remember your training. Stay calm. The space around them lit up as 200 Vraxian ships fired energy beams at once. The beams struck the Thunderbolt from all sides and nothing happened. The black hull of the human ship seemed to drink in the energy. No explosions, no damage, not even a flicker of the lights inside. Absorption at 80% capacity, reported the systems officer. Hull integrity 100%. Sungmin nodded. Return fire. Targeted strikes only. Disable their engines and weapons. No crew areas. The Thunderbolt's weapons came to life. Beams of light, far more focused than the Vraxian weapons, shot out in all directions. Each beam hit exactly what it aimed at. Vraxian ships lost engines, weapons, and shields. In less than a minute, 50 of the enemy vessels were floating, helpless in space. On his flagship, Gorthak could not believe what he was seeing. Impossible, he shouted. All ships fire again. Maximum power. The remaining Vraxian ships fired a second volley. Again, the Thunderbolt absorbed the energy without damage. Absorption now at full capacity, the systems officer told Captain Sungmin. We can redirect the energy. Do it, Sungmin ordered. Wide dispersal, low power. I want to disable them, not destroy them. The Thunderbolt released the energy it had absorbed in a wave that spread outward in all directions. When it touched the Vraxian ships, their systems shut down. Engines stopped. Weapons went dark. Life support stayed on, but nothing else worked. In less than 5 minutes, one human ship had disabled 200 Vraxian warships without destroying a single one. Admiral Kim watched from the Phoenix. When the battle ended, he opened a channel to the Confederation. This is Admiral Tae-ho Kim, of Earth. The Vraxian attack force has been neutralized. No lives were lost. Their life support systems still work, but they cannot move or fight. In the Confederation war room, the Council watched in stunned silence. Gorthak's plan had failed completely. What kind of weapons can do that? Whispered the Gentar delegate. Not weapons, Min Jae-yoon said from the doorway. The Earth diplomat walked calmly into the room. Our ships don't just shoot energy, they control it. The Vraxians fired enough power to destroy a planet. We turned it against them. The council leader stood up. You have made your point, human, but this demonstration of power changes nothing. The Confederation still has many fleets. We can still crush Earth if we choose. Min Jae smiled. Look at your displays. See what else is happening while we talk. The room's screens showed images from across the galaxy. Near every major Confederation world, black ships had appeared. The entire supernova fleet was now visible, no longer hiding. 5,000 ships, Min Jae said, all with the same technology that just defeated the Vraxian fleet, all waiting for your decision. The council leader sank back into his chair. What do you want, human? The same thing we asked for 3 days ago. Equality, respect, fair treatment. The terms are in the data crystal I gave you. They have not changed. The Gentar delegate picked up the crystal. I have read these terms. They are reasonable. The humans ask only for what the founding races already have. It is blackmail, said another delegate. No, Minjay replied. It is reality. The galaxy has changed. Earth is not weak. We never were. We were patient. That patience has ended. Back on the Thunderbolt, Captain Sung Min received a message from Admiral Kim. Well done, Captain. Your ship performed exactly as expected. Thank you, sir, Sung Min replied. The crew did their jobs perfectly. No Vraxian lives were lost. That was important, Tejo said. We needed to show both our power and our restraint. Killing when you don't need to is not strength. It is weakness. Sung Min nodded. What happens now, Admiral? Now we wait. The Council is voting on our terms. I think today's demonstration will help them make the right choice. On Earth, Director Hanul Lee watched the battle recordings with her team. The Thunderbolt had performed even better than expected. The quantum absorption hull worked perfectly, said Junseo Kang. It took in all that energy and redirected it, just as we designed. Hanul nodded. Have all fleet captains prepare for possible attacks. The Vraxians have been defeated, but they may not be the only ones who want to test us. As she spoke, an urgent message came in. Director, we're detecting multiple jump signatures. A large fleet is approaching Earth. Confederation, ships. Hanul's face hardened. So they want to strike at our homeworld while we're deployed elsewhere. Predictable. She turned to Junseo. Signal the home defense fleet. 1,000 ships against whatever they're sending. Let's show them that we left Earth well protected. The war had begun, but it would not last long. Before the day ended, the galaxy would understand that humanity was now a power to be respected, not laughed at. The Confederation attack fleet jumped into Earth's solar system with 500 warships. They expected to find a weak, poorly defended planet. Instead, they found 1,000 black ships waiting for them. The home defense fleet formed a protective sphere around Earth. At its center was the largest vessel in the Supernova fleet, the UES Guardian. On its bridge stood Director Hanul Lee. She had left Research Station Orion to personally command Earth's defense. Confederation fleet has arrived, reported the sensor officer. 500 ships, mainly Vraxian and Draxi designs. Hanul nodded. Open a channel to their commander. On the main screen appeared a Draxi admiral. His blue skin looked pale with anger. This is Director Hanul Lee of Earth's Home Defense Fleet. You have entered Earth space without permission. Turn back now. The Draxi admiral laughed. We do not need permission to enter any system in the Confederation. Earth belongs to us. Surrender now or be destroyed. Hanul sighed. I see you did not learn from what happened at Proxima Centauri. Very well. You leave us no choice. She closed the channel and turned to her weapons officer. Activate the quantum disruptors. Target their jump drives only. They should be able to get home on standard engines. Yes, Director, the officer replied. From the Guardian and 20 other large ships, waves of energy spread out across space. They were invisible until they hit the Confederation ships. Then specific systems on each enemy vessel sparked and went dark. Their jump drives are offline, reported the tactical officer. They cannot escape. Hanul opened the channel again. Draxi Admiral, your jump drives have been disabled. You cannot leave this system without our help. Now, we can fight and you will lose. Or you can stand down and we can talk. The Draxi face showed shock, then fury. This is impossible. No one can target specific ship systems at this range. We can, Hanul said simply. What is your choice? Peace or defeat? Before the Admiral could answer, new signals appeared on the sensors. Director, called out the sensor officer. Multiple ships jumping in. It's Admiral Kim and the Phoenix. The UES Phoenix appeared near Earth, leading a fleet of 2,000 more human ships. They had returned from Proxima Centauri at full speed, Trapped between two human fleets, the Confederation force had no chance of victory. The Draxi admiral saw this too. His shoulders dropped. Stand down. We will not attack. Hanul nodded. A wise choice. Remain in position. Admiral Kim will contact you soon. As the Confederation fleet powered down their weapons, cheers broke out on the Guardian's bridge. Earth was safe. Admiral Tae-ho Kim contacted Hanul from the Phoenix. Good work, Director. Not a single shot fired. Your demonstration at Proxima, Centauri helped, Hanul replied. But I don't think this is over yet. No, Tae-ho agreed. But the end is near. The council is meeting again. Min-jae says many delegates now support our terms. Over the next few days, a new pattern formed across the galaxy. Wherever Confederation forces tried to attack, human ships were waiting. The supernova fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Their quantum jump drives were faster than anything the aliens had. Their absorption hulls made them nearly impossible to damage. After 17 days of failed attacks, the Confederation Supreme Council called for peace talks. The meeting was held in neutral space, on a space station between Earth and Proxima, Centauri. Admiral Kim led the human delegation. The council leader led the Confederation side. We have reviewed your terms, the council leader said. His voice was formal but respectful. No one was laughing at humans now. Many are acceptable, some require discussion. Min Jae-yoon, who sat beside Admiral Kim, smiled. We are open to discussion. That is all we ever wanted, to be heard as equals. You will be heard, the council leader promised. Your demonstration of power has made that clear, but power alone does not make a great civilization. We agree, Tae-ho said. That is why we disabled your ships rather than destroying them. That is why we offer peace now, instead of demanding surrender. The talks lasted for 3 days. In the end, a new agreement was signed. Earth would have equal voting rights in the council. Human colonies could be established on any unclaimed world. Trade would be fair for all species. There is one more thing, Tae-ho said as the agreement was finished. The Confederation must change how it treats all younger races, not just humans. The council leader frowned. What do you mean? The Tellarites, the Breen, the Voth, all, the races that joined after the founding. They deserve the same rights we now have. Some of the alien delegates protested, but Tae-ho was firm. A galaxy where the strong bully the weak is not stable. It breeds resentment. It leads to what just happened between us. In the end, the council agreed. A new galactic charter was written, one that gave equal rights to all member races regardless of when they joined. 1 month after the supernova fleet was revealed, Admiral Tae-ho Kim stood on the bridge of the Phoenix, watching Earth grow larger in the view screen as they returned. Home. Beside him stood Director Hanul Lee and Min Jae-yoon. Do you think it will last? Ji-won Park asked. This new peace? Tae-ho nodded. I think it will. The Confederation learned an important lesson, and we did too. What lesson did we learn? Hanul asked. That sometimes you must be strong to create peace, Tae-ho said. But strength alone is not enough. You must also be just. Min-jae smiled. The galaxy laughed at us because they thought we were weak. They respect us now because we are strong, but they will only trust us if we are fair. On Earth, people celebrated the new galactic charter. For the first time, humans were full and equal members of the galactic community. In the asteroid belt, the hidden shipyards were open to visitors from across the galaxy. Many alien scientists came to study the quantum technology that humans had developed. Will you share your technology with us? Asked a Gentar scientist as Hanul showed him around Research Station Orion. Yes, she said. Knowledge should not be hidden, but neither should it be taken by force or held as power over others. The Gentar nodded. Your people are surprising, Director Lee. When you revealed your fleet, many thought you would conquer the galaxy. That was never our goal, Hanul replied. We built the fleet for protection, not domination. As the months passed, human ships began to use their speed and special abilities to help other worlds. When a terrible storm hit a Draxi colony, Supernova ships were the first to bring aid. When pirates attacked Vraxian trade routes, human vessels helped drive them away. 1 year after the revelation of the fleet, Admiral Kim returned to the diplomatic center on Proxima Centauri. This time he sat in the high seats, not the low ones. The council leader acknowledged him with respect. The human delegation is recognized. Tejo stood. I wish to propose a new initiative, a joint fleet, with ships and crew from all Confederation races dedicated to protecting any world that needs help. The motion passed without argument. The galaxy had changed. Old enemies were becoming new allies. That night, Tejo stood at the same window where he had watched aliens laugh at humans a year before. Now they came to him with questions, ideas, and respect. Was it worth it? Jiwan asked, joining him at the window. All those years of hiding, building in secret? Tejo thought for a moment. Yes, but I'm glad the hiding is over. Now we can build something better, together with the others. Outside the window, human and alien ships flew side by side in the starlight, no longer enemies but partners in a new galactic order. The end,